I recently spent about $2,000 on a bunch of cards that I just got shipped from China from the CardHobby website. In this video, we're going to go through and see what I got. Let's take a look. Okay, so if you're unfamiliar with the CardHobby website, this is kind of like the eBay of China. It's the biggest sports card domestic marketplace in China. I used to live in China for a long time. And, you know, when I was living there, I used to use this website very frequently. And since coming back from the States, I've a couple of times, you know, placed bulk orders to get them shipped back to myself here. In a future video, I'm going to share how you can do that because CardHobby actually has made it easier. This batch I got from what's called CardHobby's overseas warehouse. So I would kind of buy cards from CardHobby, which is thousands of different sellers, and they would ship them to CardHobby's warehouse where they would collect them, and then after a period of a month, I had all the cards I had bought over a month sent to me. The $200 or the $2,000 I spent here included, it was about $125 for the international shipping fee, domestic shipping fees as well, but the whole price, because I have all of these together, the $125 international shipping fee plus the domestic shipping fee to get to the warehouse in the first place still adds up to less per card in shipping than eBay. So the shipping fee is really not too bad. Let's go ahead and go through this. I know there's a lot of stuff in here. I kind of remember some of it. It's going to be fun stuff though. It's mostly basketball. There's going to be a little bit of soccer because soccer is pretty big in China. This is the Origins patch of Paulo Banchero. I'm going to have a lot of his cards for sure because they were going really well. There's a Jalen Williams numbered out of 17. So if they're in these different batches like this must have come from a different seller. So, you know, this was the way that the overseas warehouse works is you can buy things from multiple sellers over a period of up to 30 days and then get them all shipped back. So this is from a lot of different sellers. Pat McAfee, there's a Damian Lillard. So if they're in a batch like this, it probably means I bought them all together. Now I am going to change some of my approach. Like this was part of a lot. I think in the future, I'm not going to be doing lots. I used to do a lot of lots when I was living in China, but it's really not the greatest idea with the international shipping I've come to discover. I think I'm going to, you know, I would get lower end cards in general when I was living in China because it was easy to box them up and ship them off to ComC and everything, and adding in an extra card or two into the mix was really not a problem. But now that, you know, I've had this first batch doing it this way with the $125 international shipping fee, I'm probably not going to do the lower end cards anymore, or the lots of you know, if there's a card in there. Oftentimes I would have done like one single card that, oh, by the way, this is one of these Disney cards. These were going for a while there in China for pretty low. I think that's serial numbered out of 100. I believe it's under there, I think. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I used to do this kind of bulk shipments frequently. I would get the lots. And you know, if I was living in China, it wasn't a problem. And then now that I'm living abroad and I see the price of this, I think I'm going to stick to ordering cards that are worth $10 or more only and not worry about getting lots unless there's just a phenomenal deal. Test of Time, that's the Crystal Parallel. Test of Time, that's the Asia version. A lot of the Asia version of cards, the red waves and gold waves and these things, they can be a lot cheaper in China. This is numbered out of 9, Cade Cunningham, rookie from Crown Royale. I think it's called Blue Crystal, I believe. That's pretty cool. You're going to see a lot of soccer in here, just because there is a lot of soccer for sale in China. So I would very frequently be aiming at basketball, but then I would end up going and seeing what else the seller had. I probably bought this card first, for example, this Chet Holmgren numbered out of 99, and when saw what else the seller had and ended up picking up those two as well. So that's how you'll see the soccer. I don't necessarily aim for soccer specifically, but if the seller has it, I'm always on the lookout for a good deal. So, and there's a lot of soccer, and sometimes the soccer cards can be the best deals of all. Let's see what we got in here. So as I was saying before, so this is the Infinite, by the way. As I was saying before, I am planning on making a video to share with you how you can do the same thing I was doing here. I said that a long time ago, so there's probably some people in here that have been waiting for that video for a while, but I kind of wanted to hold off on making the video until I kind of finished the cycle of this first batch. You know, 'cause these cards I actually ordered back in June, and then put it into the process to get them shipped to me at the end of June, and it's beginning of September now, and I finally get them. This is a second year Giannis card. That's pretty cool. So this is, it's kind of a long process. So I wanted to see how it's going to work, if the shipping worked well, if everything came safely, if there was any issues at customs, all these kind of things. I just wanted to have one full cycle of experience with this to see what I could say on a video, like to how to do this, so that I had at least one time experience doing this. Like I said, I've worked with like shipping companies before, shipping agencies that will I can ship things to them and they'll collect them over a period of time and send them to me. I've done that before, and it was much faster, but at the same time it was much less convenient. I had to be able to communicate in Chinese. It was just a little bit of a headache. This costs a little bit more because of the international shipping fee being a little bit more expensive with CardHobby's overseas warehouse compared to just a regular shipping company. But it was still well worth it. There's a Shade and Sharp numbered out of 49. It's pretty cool cards in here, I gotta say. I got a lot of Shade and Sharp. I was really aiming for him because I was finding his cards were quite cheap in China comparatively. And that's the case sometimes with a lot of younger rookies. Shade and Sharp I got a lot of faith in, so I was going for him. There's a Benedict Mathurin optic. You'll see a lot of Damian Lillard. I still have a Damian Lillard collection, despite all of the stuff going on now. I still have a PC of his. I haven't given up on him yet. I really like him just as a player, as a human, as a musician. So I've still been collecting him for a long time. So you'll see a lot of his stuff in here. Rashad Penny rookie, Terry McBride. So you don't see a lot of football cards. If you are wanting to do what I was doing, to order cards from China and you're mostly into football, you're mostly going to be out of luck. But every once in a while, there's some football cards. There's a Jerry Rice, National Treasures, numbered out 49. That's pretty cool. So every once in a while, you'll find something, and it'll be a good deal. Here's a Paulo Banchero Maestros. I believe this is serial numbered. It's probably hidden under there. I could check, but I'm not going to right now. Got a lot to look through. There's a Shade and Sharp autograph, numbered out of 99. So it's nice to see that these are packaged pretty nicely. I was a little bit concerned with how they would do the packaging, but almost all of these cards are in top loaders, which adds to the weight, which is probably one of the reasons it's more expensive. But still, $125 international shipping for several hundred cards in here, and they're all protected well. That's okay. If I'm adding an extra 50 cents or 75 cents per card to the shipping process, but they're being shipped really well, I'm okay with that. If the minimum that you would pay, even if you bought one single individual card, you'd still be paying $35 with CardHobby's international shipping. Pat Riley autograph, Walt Frazier autograph, that's cool. So, $125 is a lot, but with so many cards, it averages out to 50 cents or 75 cents or whatever per card. So not too bad. There's an Emma Frost. Marvel pops up every once in a while. I think that's some kind of serial numbered. I remember this Gems sometimes sells really well, so that's why I got that one. Don't know much about it. Paulo Banchero. Again, a lot of his rookies were going really cheap, as well as Shade and Sharp, numbered out of 49, rookie royalty. So I am probably going to be doing this on a semi-regular basis. Now that I've seen how it works, and the prices can be so good, I'm probably going to do this on a semi-regular basis. I do, if you are interested in doing this, I do think this is the better way to do it than to go through a shipping agency. If you do decide to go through a shipping agency, you can get your cards quicker. You can get them packaged well, and everything can go smoothly. It's just a little bit more headache to kind of figure out how to get it all working. And I'm not going to make a video on how to do that, just because it is quite complicated, and it's there's always going to be little challenges. Shipping companies, as they are responding to differences happening with customs and stuff, they might have different approaches at times, and it just be a little confusing to communicate with them. They don't oftentimes, at least the ones I've found, are Chinese speaking only, so it's just a little bit hard. There's a Sean Kemp Sean Kemp auto, Caleb Martin auto, Shade and Sharp out of 99 from Crown Royale, Greg Brown III RPA. So a few more. I can tell I definitely like the Blazers. There's a Shade and Sharp Fast Break Prism Variation. These are cool. This is a case hit, Neymar Jr. from Donruss. That was when I was looking. There was some soccer cards that I was specifically aiming for. Ooh, you could see something cool behind there. And if they were these case hit kinds of cards. So that's a Kaboom. So everybody, of course, knows a Kaboom. These are the night moves, which are also just as rare and very, very cool. They don't seem to get the hype of Kabooms, but I kind of wonder if they might eventually. I think they're becoming popular in football sets now, like American football sets. but that's pretty cool. Kaboom. So those kind of case hits tend to be a little cheaper in soccer than they are in basketball. There's Optic Holo. One thing you'll have to do if you ever do this is really just follow up and make sure you have each card is actually coming through. I think, you know, CardHobby, my impression of them is they're quite professional. I mean, it's a pretty large scale operation at this stage. They're trying to make this overseas thing work for them, so they're pretty professional. They have on the international app, they have a email address that's like down in Los Angeles of their US based office, and they get back to you pretty well. These were really cheap. I can't remember, but I got such a steal of a deal on these ones. Zeke Naji, those are cool cards. So they're pretty easy to work with. This is another one I was aiming for. This is a case hit from Prism Soccer. I think it's only in soccer at this point, but it's pretty groovy. I was aiming for these. I know I have an Erling Haaland in here of that one as well, which is pretty cool. I think those will do well. And there's one of the cards that I just feel is going to do better over time. Nick Lofton. So every once in a while, these have slowed down for a long time in China. The Bowman First Autos were really quite popular. It seems like their popularity slowed down once people realized that not every player is going up kind of thing. I think for a period of time it just got really popular because people were seeing the numbers kind of like go crazy at times. But I think, you know, it kind of slowed down once they realized that that was just a rare occasion. And baseball is not very popular in China. So I got a number of these different Disney cards when they were first being released because they were auctioning off for pretty low. James Wiseman, that's the Asia variation. Supernova. These red floods always do me well. You know, I can get them a lot cheaper in China because the supply is higher in China since they're in the Asia-specific packs and boxes, so they come up more frequently. Here's a Chet Holmgren, work in progress. That is numbered. I think it's out of 149, I believe. I'm not going to take out that thing right now to check, but I believe. Let's see, we got a Scotty Barnes. There's a rookie of Joel Embiid. That's a numbered out of 75 originals of Benedict Mathurin. There's another Joel Embiid rookie. I think there's two in there, actually. Nope, there's a Jaylen Brown rookie hiding in there. Yeah, there's a Jaylen Brown. Green Flood. There's a couple cards in here also. Let's see what we got. An Evan Mobley, that's second year. Green Flood. Some more Green Floods. I think these ones are also Asia exclusives, so they show up a bit more often in Asia. And these also, I believe. Cade Cunningham, couple of them. This is I don't remember what this one's called. Are either of these serial numbered? They're not serial numbered, but I think this is the Asia Green and the Asia Red. I believe the green is a decent amount more rare. I don't remember for sure. Here's a Wayne Rooney autograph card, very thick one out of 215. That's pretty cool. Here's another Shaden Sharp auto. Got a number of those. This is the Choice auto. There's some cool cards in here. I'm saying, man. See a Giannis card where I wonder if that's the rookie. I got several Giannis rookie cards actually for cheaper than I was expecting them to be. Luka, okay, there's one of the Giannis rookie cards. Oh, there's another one there. This particular one, I kept popping up for several days. Several different sellers were selling this particular Giannis rookie for really cheap. So I got more of those coming up later. This is the gold. I probably wouldn't order a card like this again in the future. This is an SSP, like the gold waves are quite rare. But again, you know, it's kind of like, oh, I'm buying from a seller. I'm going to just toss this in there. I'm probably going to do that a little bit less now that I see the cost of international shipping being as high as it is. It wasn't as high when I was living in China myself. You know, I would package up my own thing and send it, and a box this price would be not nearly that much. Paulo Banchero, Rock the Rim. That's not numbered. But now that I know it, I'll probably be a little bit more picky. All right, let's see what we got next. Normally, when I make these videos and I'm just kind of like looking through cards, I cut out a lot. But I have a feeling these cards are really cool. Like, there's very few cards that aren't cool to look at. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be cutting out much of this video. So hopefully you're enjoying this. I certainly am enjoying this. I've been waiting for these cards for a long time. I couldn't even remember what all of them were. This is a Jude Bellingham rookie finest. I think this is a refractor. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Jason Dominguez, numbered out of 50 from Bowman Inception. There's an auto of Patrick Williams. Something else behind there. Looks like a Paulo Banchero Rookies 2. I'm not going to show you the front because I don't want to take it out right now, but you can get the idea. Pretty cool card, though. I love the photogenic set. Pretty cool stuff. That is the Scotty Barnes. Is that numbered or anything? No. There's the work in progress. Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley Fast Break Variation. There's a Scotty Barnes rookie numbered out of 99, an Evan Mobley Pink Ice rookie, Josh Giddey Ice, and Cade Cunningham Ice. That's pretty fun stuff. Red Flood Supernova, Luka Doncic. Always looking for these red floods. That's one of the ones I will type in the Chinese name of the red flood into the search bar frequently because they'll go for pretty low. There's Soshan, numbered out of 75. So that's one that I will specifically aim for. It used to be that I would kind of just look and see the upcoming auctions that were ending, and I would kind of just pick whatever, you know, was coming up. Intergalactic. This is also a case hit, I believe it is. Pretty cool. I think this is also in the NFL cards as well. Pretty cool stuff. But now, you know, I started to change that and kind of aim at specific things like Asia exclusives in particular, and certain like case hits that were not going to be serial numbered. Jamal Murray, that's cool. I actually think I got a lot of Jamal Murray stuff as well because at the time I was ordering it, you know, it was during the playoff run and the Nuggets were doing so awesome. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's just authentic. I'll probably crack this one out of there. I don't see any reason to keep this in a BGN thing, but that is a John Morant Choice Optic Rookie, red and green. It's pretty cool. For me, I mean, $2,000 is certainly a lot of money, but if you're looking at how many cards there are and how there's very few not good cards in this mix, I really do think $2,000 is a pretty phenomenal deal all in. You know, I don't know, I haven't priced out like the comps exactly on everything to like compare it or whatever, but I know that it's way more than that. This is cool. This is Heung-min Son. He's also quite popular, Korean soccer player. This is a case hit. Here's another groovy case hit. Trent Alexander-Arnold. For this one, I was even looking for, you know, no-name players, anybody, because I just like this groovy set a lot. I think it's a collectible kind of set. Same with Kaboom. Sometimes the Kabooms were the ones I was aiming for. You know, even if it was a no-name player, I was more likely to get it because the high-name player, I was unlikely to afford it. Some more stuff that I got in a lot that I probably wouldn't necessarily get if I got again, although this one, yes, I probably would. Franz Wagner. I think this was all a big lot here. This is really the only card I wanted, and when I was in China, this was like a premium kind of lot because I would be getting, you know, this card, and because it was in a lot, it would fall through the cracks much more frequently than if I was to buy this card independently, it probably would have gone more than a part of a bigger lot. I'm probably not going to do that as much now that I'm living abroad just because of the additional shipping costs and stuff. I might still occasionally. Jaden Springer. This is a lot of lots I can tell in here. There's a Joel Embiid rookie. It's not numbered or anything. There's a Damian Lillard rookie for the PC. Andrew Wiggins. This is some kind of parallel. Donovan Mitchell. This is a lot of lots in here. TJ Warren. This is lower end stuff. James Wiseman RPA from Obsidian, that's pretty cool. And Elvin Hayes, that's cool, out of 25. I've been getting a little collection of different Hall of Fame autographs, although I don't know, like some of these cards, I like the fact that it's a Hall of Fame player autograph, amazing player. I don't like the super modern look on the vintage players. I mean, there's some sets that do a much better job with vintage older players to at least, I don't know, make it look not so... I don't even know how to say, not so sparkly, not so like modern. If it's an older player, I want the card to feel older or to look older, not like in bad condition, but like not bright and blingy with sparkles and things. I'd rather have you just a regular kind of looking card. There's a Doncic rookie. Maybe that's just my preference, but I feel that way frequently. Whenever I see cards of Hall of Fame players that are blinged out, I feel like it feels a little out of place. There's some, this is the Rookies 3, I believe. Yeah, Rookies 3 IO. This was a lot. If it was in that little batch there together, it was definitely a lot. So this is a good example. I was definitely aiming for a Rookies 3 of IO, but all of these things being together. So in retrospect, I don't know. I mean, it added in that much additional weight. And, you know, so my whole package was about 3 kilograms, which kicked it up, you know, to the 3rd or 4th level. You know, the cheapest level is like $35 if it's like below half a kilogram or something like that. Some more red floods. And then each half kilogram up makes it slightly more expensive. There's a numbered out of 35, Domantas Sabonis. So now that I know that, I'll be a little bit more picky, I think. That's pretty cool. Is there another? Oh, there's 2 different Pokashevsky cards in here that I think are both pretty rare. This is Gold Wave. I love the look of these Gold Waves. And then this is the Stratosphere cards. Those are so cool looking. That's one of my favorite of the more modern cards, those Stratosphere, and they have different names, the solar system kind of cards. Those are pretty cool. More lot stuff. Luka Doncic, this is definitely what I was aiming for there. That's from his rookie year. Jalen Green, rookie. Paulo Banchero, rookies 1. This was definitely a lot there of rookies 1s. example is something I probably won't be getting again in the future, but I used to get all the time when I was living in China, those sorts of lots. Court Kings, I used to buy lots of Rookies 1s and these acetates constantly when I was living in China because they were always great deals. I don't think I'll do that anymore. That's numbered out of 99, double exposure, Franz Wagner, Prism Silver, pretty cool. That's a Paulo Banchero, numbered out of 49 rookie, very cool. Here's another one of these, oh, another 2 of these. 2 more Giannis rookies, so that's 4 of this specific rookie so far. I can't remember how much I was paying for these, but it was like 20 bucks or something. I can't recall exactly. It's a very good deal. And Giannis is one of those players that I'm very happy to try to aim at. I would look for his cards quite often. One of the common search phrases, especially looking for his rookie cards in particular. Look at what we found there. Another one of those. You can see that was popping up a lot. This is cool. Look at that one. This is one of those manga cards. So this is also a case hit, really cool looking, highly sought. Not necessarily the highest sought player, but the set certainly is. There's a Shade and Sharp, numbered out of 99. This is cool stuff, I gotta say. I'm really enjoying this. I remember this one. This was like in the very last cards I ordered and bought before stopping ordering, because I haven't, once I 1 month of cards, I wonder what that's for, was in there, I stopped ordering for the last couple of months until I got this. Now I'm going to start ordering again. I wanted to just see how they arrived. One of my key concerns was if they were going to arrive safely, like, or were the edges going to be in difficult shape or anything like that. There's another groovy. These things are so groovy, literally. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, maybe every once in a while there's a card that, that one probably should be. Okay, oh, there's a Klay Thompson rookie. Like, maybe that one could be top loaded. I would be all right with that, but it's all right. This was definitely a lot, and I was aiming for the Kawhi and the Klay. Oh, that's part of the lot as well. But these are kind of heavy, so that's a good example of, I don't know if I would do that again. I mean, I was really aiming for 2 cards and got this much thickness, which really adds a decent amount of weight. So I might be a little bit more careful about that. Jamal Murray, another one. Oh, there's a Brandon Ingram. This is definitely a lot as well. There's a Jaylen Brown and a Ben Simmons, couple of those. Denzel Valentine, Saric. So this was Zubac. This was definitely a lot. Chris Dunn. You can very clearly say DeJounte Murray. At least there's like 4 names in there. There's a Malcolm Brogdon. At least there's like 4 or 5 names in there that were worth it. But look at how thick that is. I don't think I would buy a lot like that again. Even though there was 4 names in there that I'm very happy to get. That's cool. That's a rookie of Jamal Murray, numbered out of 100, the Cosmic. I love how Revolution just tells you the name of the parallel. I wish other brands would do that. There's that card again. Is that the 5th time we've come across that one? It's amazing. Here we go. There's a Recon World Travelers. It's a cool one. Chet Holmgren. I didn't get as many of his cards. I guess his cards, I don't know why. I think he's somebody I would have aimed for a little bit. I don't tend to get players that are kind of the unknown. You know, Chet Holmgren certainly has a lot of potential, but he's still got a lot of unknown. That's a Jaden Ivey out of 75, just because he hasn't played yet. So I wasn't aiming as much for him. Artistry and Motion, Isaiah Thomas out of 25 only. And Fuego LeBron James, that's pretty cool. So I tend to not go for players. Oh, this is the last little bit here. I tend to not go for players who are unknowns. Instead, I'm looking for players that have a, I don't know, maybe at least a certain like definite. Like Chet Holmgren, I did go for a little bit just because I kind of figured he could have some real spikes. You know, even if he just plays really well for a week, he probably will have some spikes just because he's got that capacity for hype to really strike. This one I remember very specifically was only like $4, and this is worth a lot more. I can't remember. I think this is numbered out of something small, but I remember getting a really good deal on that one. But you know, somebody like Paulo Banchero, for example, or Cade Cunningham, or Shade and Sharp, like I feel like there's a more guarantee. So if I'm still not going to like overpay for any of that. I'm still going to be very careful about the price I'm paying, but I'll aim for them a little bit more. There's a Blue Velocity. There's a Cade Cunningham. Just because their floor is pretty high. You know, their ceiling is maybe an unknown, but their floor is pretty high for somebody like Paulo Banchero. You never know for sure in the hobby. You know, the hobby treats people differently than their reality very frequently. It's another case hit. But, you know, at least there's a certain guarantee, I feel. That's a pretty cool one. That's an Anthony Edwards rookie. That's the Asia Green parallel from Spectra. So I would be searching for these players a little bit more than just completely unknowns. There's a Trae Young rookie. Michael Chandler. Don't know much about him. That is a trick shot. So that is numbered out of 63. So I would occasionally go in and look for Marvel cards just because it is an area of the hobby that I'm trying to learn a little bit more about that I don't know that much, and it's kind of fun. This is a Prism, a Select Silver rookie. This was a really good deal. I can't recall exactly what I paid, but that one might be going off to PSA. So several of these might be going off to PSA. There's another one. I remember buying 2 of those. There's a Shaden Sharp Pulsar rookie and a Matherin out of 99. This one right here is gonna sell well. I'll move this one first. Paulo Banchero out of 75. That's pretty cool. This is the Groovy of Erling Haaland. I have a feeling somebody will really want that card. Here's a Marvels hiding at the bottom there. Pretty cool. I really do like these Groovy cards. Scotty Barnes, numbered out of 199. Paulo Banchero. Is that I think that might be some kind of parallel, like red or something, like an unnumbered parallel. Yeah, because that looks like the base one. I think that was a small lot. I kind of remember that. Let's see what we got. We got a Cameron Payne rookie auto of 75. It's pretty cool, this on-card auto. It's a nice pen choice on there too. Oh, that was the only card in there. It's thick. That looks cool. I like the look of that one. That's nice. I'm not like a huge Cameron Payne fan, but that's a really cool looking card. Rondale Moore with an auto on there. Nikhil Alexander Walker, numbered out of 49, National Treasures RPA. Jake LaRivia. Okay, looks like the last thing is a little bit less exciting than some of the others. It's a little lot of, this is another sort of thing I probably would have bought when I was living in China more, and I really don't think I should. That's, I'm sure, the card I was going for, the choice, but all this other weight added in there. I mean, that's fine. It's just a base card though. None of these others I'm really going to want to do much with, but I was really aiming for that one. So that's the sort of thing you won't see in future shipments if I, when I get other things. But anyway, that's the end of this one. I'm going to be making a video very soon. Maybe not my very next video, but I am going to be making a video very soon about how you could go through the process of getting cards from CardHobby as well. Because as you can see, $2,000 for all of these cards, including the international shipping and everything. It's really quite a phenomenal deal. I think I should be able to, I'm mostly going to be flipping almost all of these for sale. There's a few that I'm going to keep for the PC. But I think I should be able to, like, 3 or 4 times my money, honestly. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to track it so specifically with just this batch. Maybe I will, in order to make a little series out of this batch. Maybe I can try to track just this stuff and see what happens with it. But that sounds a little bit complicated. Maybe I will. That sounds kind of like it could make for a pretty good series. So look out for that. Maybe I'll do that. But in my next video, not my next video, but a soon-to-be-made video, I'll share how you could do this as well. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Check you next one. Peace.